Hello, Defenders. Get ready to arm yourselves with the best knowledge, entertainment, and classiness that you can find this side of Mojo. I'm Steven Airey, and you're listening to Defenders Live. This is Defenders Live. Oh, it's a brand new year, a brand new site, a brand new day. By the way, quick notes. Wanted to get to you guys. A couple other things wanted to let you know. So there is a MojoCon going on. If you don't know about it, there's going to be MojoCon 2019. It is May the 2nd through the 5th. May 2nd through the 5th. It is a fan con. It is from you, by you. By that I mean basically all the jackholes in the Jackhole Nation. They have decided that they were going to set up a Mojo convention for us, which is kind of awkward, but I'm going to be there. I know I'm going to be there. You should be there too, and you want to know why? Because it's going to be amazing. Oh, you should definitely be there. Woo! Man, I'll tell you what, I'm going through, setting up everything as I'm going right now. It is crazy. All right, so let's see what we got going on. All right. Yes! Let's get this party started. That is what I want to hear, Nicole. That is exactly what I want to hear. Pretty in Pink soundtrack. I don't know. That's not cool. Oh yeah, it's going to be in Texas. So it's going to be in Dallas, Texas. They're going to do a whole big shindig out in that area, and you are going to love it. MojoCon. It is right before they go on the Mojo 50/50 tour. So the guys are going to go to the Mojo 50/50 tour right before MojoCon. It is amazing. Or right after MojoCon, that is. MojoCon right before the Mojo 50/50 tour. So, the title of this show is, Oh, the Huge Manatees. And no, I don't mean the pink hat ladies out in the middle of nowhere. Because apparently that's going to go away. They either don't have enough people or supporters to do the women's marches anymore, or the supporters are too white. There's too many pink hats, if you know what I mean. But that is neither here nor there. That's, whatever. Not going to be a big thing. I have a couple of things I want to get to you guys and really dig into some stories that I know you guys haven't heard of. But first, let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile is the best way to put an end to all of the hidden fees, automated calls, and funding liberal agendas. You know, if you want to not pay for anything for Planned Parenthood, one of the best things that you can do is to switch your plan over to Patriot Mobile. What do I mean by that? Well, every phone company that you pay for that isn't Patriot Mobile, they pay for Planned Parenthood. They help support causes like Planned Parenthood. Basically, everything that you stand for, your phone companies generally stand against, unless you're with Patriot Mobile. So stop funding the big mobile with unlimited plans starting as low as $20 a month. Why wait? I mean, it's the best thing that you can think about. And also, remember this. Patriot Mobile offers contract buyouts. So $500 a line, up to $1,500 per account credit. Go to patriotmobile.com or call them at 1-800-A-PATRIOT. That's 1-800-A-PATRIOT or 1-800-272-8746. Man, new year, new set. I love it. It is amazing. We're getting this stuff going. Okay, so this is the first thing I wanted to start with. So everybody's going through the big, Trump, all I've heard for the past from anything is Trump is horrible. They're doubling down on the Trump is horrible thing. And you know what? I'm not even going to go there, because what I want to take you to is just another side of this. The government shut down everybody. It's going to kill you all. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at, this is from CNBC. Here's the story. He can't pick up his insulin because the government shut down. How workers are hurting. As a result of the partial government shutdown, Leo, a tax examiner from the IRS, boo, in Ohio, has been out of work for 10 days now. See, he cannot pick up his more than $200 insulin prescription because he doesn't know when his next paycheck will be. First off, you work for the government, you work for the IRS. I bet you anything you have great health coverage. And that includes things like insulin prescriptions and things like that. So I really do not think that you can go around telling everybody that you have to pay full price for your insulin shots. And if your $200 is what you're doing, then you're on a bad plan anyway. Not great for you. But here, let's listen to some more. Quote, "I have to save every penny right now," said Leo, who asked to use his middle name because he's not permitted to speak up about his job with the media. You see, if the stalemate in Washington persists, he's expected to rely on his credit cards to get by. Wait, whoa, poor Leo. Poor Leo. Whoa. Leo, buddy. Why don't you just pay for your medicine with that why don't you pay for those $200 insulin prescription with your credit card? You'll get paid back. You'll get paid back with interest, I promise. And I mean, he's even worried about that. But will the government pay the interest I accrue? You're not going to accrue much, okay? First off, the government shutdown isn't really going to last that long. I'm guessing that it's only going to last about another 2 weeks, maximum. If you work for the government, you work for the IRS, that means you should be handling your money well. And if you are not handling your money well, then you should not be working for the IRS. So Leo, my buddy, my pal, I'm sorry, but I don't really believe your story very much. Oh, but there's more. Julie Burr, administrative assistant in the contract for the U.S. Department of Transportation in Kansas City, Missouri, has been forced to deplete her savings. Oh, the single mother was gearing up to bring her 14-year-old son to Florida this summer on vacation because everybody can afford to go to Florida on vacation. My son has never seen the ocean, Burr, age 49, said. It's not likely now. It's not likely that your kid will not see the ocean? Lady, I know you live in Missouri, but come on. Your kid has his entire life, or his or her, I don't know. Oh, son, yeah. His entire life ahead of him. It's not like you are depriving him of something horrible because he's not going to Florida. You know, you could take him to a much cheaper beach and maybe drive there, you know, depleting your savings, you know. I just don't get it. And it goes through list after list after list of all of these poor people that have jobs that are considered unnecessary and irrelevant. But we house them anyway. We give them money anyway, even though their job is redundancy. I haven't had a vacation. Yeah, I know, right? These people are like, oh, he's never been to the beach. I haven't been on an actual vacation lasting more than, 3 work days? And I don't know how long. And even then, it really wasn't a vacation. It was a day trip. And then coming back and then recovering from the day trip here at the house. It's not a big thing. You can't, no, that's not it. You can't do that. You can't just say that, oh, it'll never be the same. Oh, goodness, this government shutdown. Oh, I'm dying. I'm going to... No, you're not dying. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Your job is not worth the money. You should be looking for another job, probably in the private sector. And then you wouldn't get fired because of a government shutdown. At least then, if you are fired, it's because you suck at your job. Just saying. So, along with that, we have a couple stories. My buddy,
my pal, Dylan Lyles. He sent me this one. And this is anti-Semitic U.S. doctor who's been tweeting for the, couple many years. Has now, she tweeted out and then deleted, but obviously everything on the internet is saved. She tweeted out and then deleted wonderful comments like, she would purposely give Jews the wrong medications. You see, a doctor who tweeted that she would purposely give all the Jews wrong medications has been found to have been posting anti-Semitic messages on social media for years, mostly in a different language, so nobody caught her. Dr. Laura Koyab, she's 27, a former resident of the Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio, wrote in a now-deleted post that she hoped Allah will kill the Jews and refer to the Jewish people as dogs. The Cleveland Clinic has since condemned Dr. Koyab, who retains her medical license, and confirmed that she is no longer working at the hospital. Honestly, if you looked at pictures of her on social media, she just looks like a generally regular person, which is kind of weird because normally they don't. Although she does kind of have the crazy eyes. She just also embellishes them with a big smoky eye. She does the big smoky eye on the crazy eye, and so it doesn't look as bad. It doesn't look as crazy. She wrote posts such as, destroy the homes of the Jews. Hashtag I say that a lot. She also put, may Allah take back in the lives of the Jews so we stop being forced to go to those dirty ones, meaning the Jews. She also posted things like, and this is translated because it's not in English, look, Haifa is sweet or nice, but it's full of Jewish dogs, and it looks like America, meaning it wasn't that special to me. Okay, in a time, in a place, in a world where you have social media beyond measure, you can go back through these people. You have people that know how to translate these words and everything else. Okay, all right. I know what a smoky eye is because I have sisters, okay? I have older sisters. That is how I know what a smoky eye is. Just leave it at that, and we'll let it go, Erica. All right? Also, I was in drama when I was in high school, so whatever. Let it go. No, don't let it go. I'm sure it'll be a great meme later on. But, I mean, come on, really. In a world where social media is your everyday notion, one company decided they weren't going to read the tweets of an Islamic terrorist soon to kill many of the Jews as a doctor. I mean, this woman is basically sounding off saying like she's intentionally going to try and kill the Jews by giving them wrong medications. She also wrote things like, lols, my friend's husband works in an Arabic restaurant. A Yahudi, which means Jew, came in asking for Israeli hummus. He kicked him out of the restaurant. Cry tear, laughing face. Ah! Other notions like, why is the airport literally full of Jews? I had an evil staring contest at one because he was staring. They look like settlers. All right. So it goes on and on and on and on and on. This was a story from the Daily Mail. You can go find it. I will post it if you want. No problems there. But it is, you can just see it clear as day. You know what? There are some other things that you can see clear as day. And by that I mean the guns over at traguns.com. They are the very first virtual gun store. Full integrated 3D technology. You can look through, you can rotate the image, you can see all angles, you can zoom in, you can see the dust specks if they haven't cleaned their gun on the handles, possibly even fingerprints on the barrel. These people know what they're doing, okay? They have modernized online firearm sales to accommodate the online generation. That's my generation, that's Gen Z, and that's your generation, because guess what? We're all in it, so get it to win it. It is great guns, great prices, great service. They're veteran owned and run. And by the way, if you don't know who this man is, he was on the show 3 weeks ago. Go check it out. It's tagged. He's in there. Tar River Arms is the company, and it's traguns.com. That's traguns.com. Get some of the best prices on the best weapons out there and available to you. By the way, weekly specials all the time. They eliminate the shipping and the brokerage fees on most of their orders. You order it, you pick it up, no additional fees. Boom. It is done, and it is wonderful. So we go from one doctor to another. And by that, I mean Johns Hopkins psychiatrist. This man has been studying transgenderism for like the past 20-something years. And I quote, "Transgendered men do not become women. They become feminized men and impersonators." This is Dr. Paul McHugh. He is a scientist. You cannot say that this man does not believe in science, because he's blinding you with it right now. See, Dr. Paul McHugh, the distinguished service professor of psychiatry at Johns Hopkins University and a former psychiatrist in chief of for Johns Hopkins Hospital, who has studied transgender 40 years. He studied it for 40 years, said that it is scientific fact that transgendered men do not become women, nor do transgendered women become men. All such people, he explained in the article to the Witherspoon Institute, which, by the way, you can go find that if you want to and read the entire thing, quote, becomes feminized men or masculinized women, counterfeits, impersonators of the sex in which they identify. Might I add, stereotypes. Dr. McHugh, who was a psychiatrist in chief at the Johns Hopkins Hospital for 26 years in the medical institute that had initiated the pioneering sex change surgeries and later ceased the practice, stressed that the cultural meme or idea of one's sex is fluid and a matter of choice is extremely damaging, especially to young people. Especially, this is me adding a little added tidbit to that, especially, oh, Erica, you just stepped in a ball of wax you do not even know. Let's just say I was Brad, and I don't mean on Mojo's side. Anyway, all those pictures are going to find a way out. I know they are. Okay, so transgenderism. I was young and impressionable. Let it be. Especially when it affects young people, is actually sexualizing children of the next generation. It really does not help us. It actually confuses them more and makes things a lot worse. A heck of a lot worse. Geez, you get it nailed right on the head every time, Erica. Right on the head. Quote, "I am ever trying to be the boy among the bystanders who points to what is real," said Dr. McHugh, who is also a professor of psychiatry and behavioral science at Johns Hopkins. Quote, "I do so not only because truth matters," man, a doctor that thinks the truth matters, "but also because overlooked amid the hoopla," that's a scientific term, enhanced now by Bruce Jenner's celebrity and Annie Leibovitz photography, stand many victims. And it's true. It is a ton of victims. I mean, he goes on and on and on. I mean, quote, "In fact, gender dysphoria, the official psychiatric term for the feeling of oneself of the opposite gender, belongs to a family of similar disorders and assumptions about the body, such as anorexia nervosa, body dysmorphic disorder. Its treatment should not be directed at the body with surgery and hormones any more than anyone's obesity-fearing anorexia patients with liposuction. Basically, changing your physical appearance to match what is mentally inside of your head, if it's a surgical process that really does not benefit the body in any way, shape, or form, should not be performed at all. Quote, transgender men do not become women, nor do transgender women become men. All, including Bruce Jenner, become feminized men or masculinized women, counterfeits, impersonators, blah, 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 to identify the problem of the sex in which they identify. In that lies their problematic future. You see, he wrote an article. It's called Transgenderism, a Pathogenic Meme, which just sums it up perfectly. I mean, you can't take something like this. Oh, you guys are going to burn me. I can just see it. I love you, jackals. I love all of you, jackals, but you're going to burn me, and I know it. Okay, you can't take something like this and just constantly push the narrative. I mean, what are we actually talking about? We're talking about 0.1% of the populace, maybe 100th of the percent of a populace. How many people are LGBT, or LGB? Let's say LGB. What's the LGB? Not the full quilt bags, but just everything but transgendered. If you get the LGB portion of it, that's probably 3% of our populace, and rising only because of echoed ideas in the media. But when the entire problem came out, it was like 3%. Transgenderism is not it's 1/100th of that. It's like, how many people actually want to do this? Not as many people as you think because of the news. And the same point in time, we should be loving on these people. But by loving on these people, I don't mean, oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, no. Yeah, you can just change your body. Yeah, put a fake rack on yourself and, chop yourself up in the bottom and don't worry about that. Add a little front hole. It's okay. No, what we should be doing is saying, look, there is a problem. There is a disconnect between your brain and your body. I don't exactly know how to fix that. But what I do know is the worst thing that you can do is destroy the body that you have, because in doing so, you are actually going to up your chances of you killing yourself. The chances of it, they go up like 60% after the transformation, after the transition, which isn't actually a transition. It's just, girly men and manly women. It's not the same. I mean, look at that dude that was at the dudette at the GameStop. That was a dude. It was a dude, and he was probably on hormone blockers. But guess what? He was PMSing like crazy. I mean, he sounded like a WWE wrestler. What do you need to call me a ma'am? No, we don't need to call you a ma'am. You're a dude. All right? Let it be. GameStop. There you go. GameStop. It was at GameStop. Everybody saw it. It was the whole deal. It was a big deal, but nobody cared. Nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody thinks about that. Yes, we want to be polite as a society. We want to be able to help these people. But that person deciding that they were going to go through and that they were going to change their gender does not mean that I have to go through and then change my entire point of speech. No, sorry, not going to happen. You can't force it. It's no big deal. Anyway, that sound right there means that it's about time for time for a commercial break. So we will be right back, folks, after this. Commercial break time. Yay, commercial break time. Woohoo. Nothing says ma'am like threatening to drag a clerk boy outside and kick his ass. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what are you gonna do? Beat him with a purse? No, you're actually gonna chokehold that kid. I mean, you're looking. That's why we need Hinsey. What is Hinsey? Hinsey? What is Hinsey? Wendy, what's Hinsey? Oh, guns. Oh, is that what you meant? You meant guns? Okay, that's cool. What's a vacation? Sob stories. Oh, you know what? I forgot the bell, and we need that. So hold on. Can't believe I forgot that. It was right there. It was just right there, and I forgot it completely. Oh man, it makes me feel so bad when I do that junk. Reliving your youth with the new bumper music. You know what? It's actually free stuff. It's free music, so I'm glad that you're reliving it. That's awesome. Oh, do. Do you think I can pull off the smoky eye? I can pull off the smoky eye, right? If I go like this and I give the smolder, could I give the smolder? Oh, goodness. Welcome back, Defenders. Oh, you're listening to Defenders Live, and I tell you what, we are having a ball. We are having a blast over here. And you know what? If you want to have a blast, the best thing that you can do is go to rightongame.com. Go to rightongame.com, use the promo code MOJO50. You get 10% off a discount on the price. By the way, trigger warning. Microaggressions are contained in the box. If you are a millennial snowflake, you will be offended by its contents. Retreat to your safe space, because that is highly recommended. The reason why the game is so fun is because it mocks the left. And mocking the left, it just feels so right. If you agree, and if you want to have some fun with some people, by the way, just go to rightongame.com, use the promo code MOJO50. Get 10% off. Go there right now. Have some fun with your entire family. That's rightongame.com, promo code MOJO50. So, you guys are on a roll, man. Oh, can I give you the smolder? I can give you the steel, the blue steel. Yes. Oh, I can do the blue steel. I'll do the. Do you want the left turn or the right turn, Donna? Do you want the left turn or the right turn? I can make this work. I can do it. Very well done. Very well done. But before we get to that, Apple has invented its very own fabric. Isn't it exciting? The Apple Watch may be the world's top wearable device right now, but soon you're going to be wearing clothes that are Apple brand. They literally came up with their own fabric that they can fashion clothes out of. Now, they have no design process yet. They don't know if it's going to be t-shirts, if it's going to be sweatshirts, if it's going to be hats, if it's going to be armbands or anything else. But what they do know is it's probably going to connect somehow with tactily. It's going to be tactile auditory signaling. It's going to be all the way through your clothes, and it's going to connect to the same network that your watch and your phone and everything else Apple-wide is going to be able to connect to this, so that when you're working out, you'll be able to know your shirt will not start playing Mojo 50, but what it will do is it will, gauge your sweat levels. It'll gauge the vibrations. It'll gauge, how much you're actually working, the heat in your body. So it'll be able to tell you, things like that. Most likely, that's what they're going to go with. That's what it sounds like they're going to go with. They don't actually know exactly how it's going to go, if it's going to be a shirt or whatnot. But if they don't have an iPad or an iPod or something like that that also gets integrated into the shirt, it's a total fail. It is a total fail. You should just be able to press like a sleeve and have your favorite station come on. I mean, why not? You have the earbuds in, you have your phone connected, you have your watch connected. You might as well go ahead and set it up, make it right, do it the right way. Mexico has a brand new president. And he has unveiled what's called, quote, free zones and plans to stop illegal immigration into the United States. Yes, you heard me right. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, like a native, check that out, has unveiled a new plan to curtail illegal immigration in the United States by focusing on creating economic free zones along the U.S.-Mexico border. López Obrador, a leftist by their standards, announced that the tax incentive decree for the northern border region, which will create a free zone near the border that are over 15 miles wide and will reportedly encompass approximately 2,000 square miles. It'll do things like reduce the income taxes in those areas by 30% to 20%. From 30% to 20%, it'll slash value-added tax, so no more VAT tax. It'll slash it from 16 to 8%. It'll also boost minimum wage 100%, from 100% to 176 pesos, which is about $8.80. Wow. 176 pesos is $880, $8.80. $8.80 an hour is 176 pesos. Oh my gosh. And make fuel prices the same as those in the United States. Well, that's not too bad. You see, quote, it's going to be the biggest free zone in the world. Obrador said, it is very important to project for winning investment, creating jobs, and taking advantage of economic strengths in the United States. See, proponents of the president's free zone plan will believe it would reduce the incentives for Mexicans to migrate to the United States and increase competition among local businesses. But others fear that Mexican companies attracted by low taxes might move to the free zone and create an overall loss in tax revenue in the country as a whole. You mean when you? Well, no. See, that's the thing. That's the true leftist out there. Yeah, that's the true leftist. No, I didn't get a new bell. This is the same bell that I've had. It's just I usually don't put it in camera. So that's the true leftist out there. The person, oh no, if you cut taxes and make sure that these companies will actually work better, that we're going to lose money to the government. Well, first off, by the way, no, Dan, the showtime is not moving time-wise, but we are going to go Monday through Friday. So, but sorry, back to things. I got distracted there. What, did I sound like Pedro there for a second? Good times. The real leftists, what they're saying is that, oh no, less taxes means the government's going to make less money. Well, first off, most of your government is funded by illegal drug cartels. Just saying. Secondly, and more importantly, it has been proven time and time again, but when you cut taxes, you then allow government to grow, or not government, but allow businesses to grow, which then increase your revenue stream for your government because they produce more money, because they produce more stuff, which means they give you more taxes. If you just understand the basic principles of what's going on there, it would be amazing. Lopez Obrador also, after his victory, announced that he will, quote, travel without armed guards and claim that the people will protect him, which is a bad idea because the country is run by the cartel, and by that I don't mean the conservative cartel, I mean the bad drug ones. And two, people are bought out by them, so it's really not a good idea for you, dude. You need to go through. You need to come on through. Make sure you have security with you. Make sure you have people. Make sure you have some sort of protection. I mean, wrap it before you go. I'm just saying, wrap it before you go. And the reason why I say that is because also in Mexico, the second of two different officials from the same party have been killed just recently. A mayor killed within hours of taking office, in fact. You see, the governor of the Mexican state of Oaxaca promises an investigation after the mayor of a town of Tlaxiaca, yeah, like I can say that. All right, I can't do that one. Was killed. Governor Alejandro Murat says a suspect is in custody. Alejandro Aparicio Santiago had just taken office Tuesday and was walking to his first official meeting at City Hall when a group of gunmen opened fire. The mayor died at the hospital, according to the Associated Press. He was part of the Morena Party, which is the Mexican National Regeneration Movement. He was the second of that party to be killed in the past couple of days. The president of Mexico is also kind of part of that party. I'm just saying, you might not be safe, but, you know, I mean, whatever you want to do. We don't need those thinking pages. That's right. That's exactly right. And that's exactly how it should be going. But, you know, and that's just... He also said that he was going to initiate a new police force, basically, saying that the police are actually going to do their job. They're going to police instead of being paid off by the cartels and other such things, which I don't really get, because how are you going to do that? Because most of those guys are going to get killed within the first couple of days. I mean, the fact that you have Mexican officers that will pull you over after you cross the border, search your car, and then tell you that you did something illegal, even though you didn't do something illegal, and then tell you that, hey, $50 and I'll let you go. If not, you're going to jail. And they mean it, and you can't do a thing about it because they haven't really told you what you did, and you have no representation because you're out of the country. Those people are going to kill the people that are going to be all hoity-toity, you know, uptight and ready to go for the law. And so I don't see that being a good thing. But you know what I do see as being a good thing? Charity magnets. See, if you go to charitymagnets.com, you can view all the stuff that they have to purchase. If you use the promo code MOJO, you get $5 off on your purchase. It's a one-time use per customer. But if you go to charitymagnets.com, look, they design and produce beautiful, high-quality products for law enforcement supporters and enthusiasts. Their communities include law enforcement professionals and their families, first responders, corrections officers, members of the military and private citizenry, and anybody who's dedicated to honor, integrity, and helping others in a time of need. They are there to support the people that protect and serve. Not only that, but for every sale that they do, they make a donation to the Cops for Kids with Cancer. That organization alone has given $2.5 million in donations for cancer research. So go to charitymagnets.com. Go to charitymagnets.com. Use the promo code MOJO. Get $5 off on your purchase. Get some good stuff. You know you're going to want it. Help show that you are a friend of the police, not like the FOP or anything like that, but help that you're actually like a friend of the police. Help show that you support the proper causes. That's charitymagnets.com. Use the promo code MOJO, get $5 off. Going over back to the Facebooks here for a second. Wow. If you're going to Mexico, you better wrap it up after you go too. Yeah, that's true. But then again, I'm not going to Tijuana, so I'm also not going to Mexico at all. To hell with that. Makes all members go get concealed and carry and defend themselves. Yeah, that's a good idea. They should all be concealed and carry and all defending themselves. Of course, it's not going to happen. Mexican jail. Yeah, that's a lot of stories. Mexican jail is a bad thing. Speaking of bad things, looking across the sea, across that Pacific Ocean, over to the land of the rising sun. China, who, by the way, is communism. They're communist China again. If you haven't figured it out, because the Xi Jinping is the president for life, so technically he's the emperor, which means it's an empire, and technically that's a despotism, which I'm considering as communism because he was voted in. But Chinese president uses threats to urge Taiwan to unify with mainland China. You see, Taiwan for a very long time has been anti-China. They want to be their own country. They want to do their own thing. They want to be independent from everything. They want to have their own government. But China just will not relent. And because, they're kind of in the South China Sea and they're kind of in the area where they don't want them to be. And, China keeps on pushing their little garbage piles, islands all over the place, stretching their reach out into the oceans. They're now turning to Taiwan and saying, you know what? We're going to do something about it. See, the Chinese president Xi Jinping told people of Taiwan on Wednesday that they were welcome to join the unified China, but warned that he was not ruling out military action if they refused. After World War II, China went through a civil war. This ended with the communist forces of Mao Zedong forcing the nationalist forces of Chiang Kai-shek to retreat to Taiwan in 1949. Chiang and his supporters took over the island and set up a dictatorship, which is also not a great idea, but they kind of want to be their own thing. So that's kind of the deal there. Since then, Taiwan has claimed independence from China, but the Chinese government has refused to recognize this. This has been since 1949. In Taiwan's November elections, the Taiwanese president, Tsai Ing-wen, yeah, you try to say that 5 times fast, his party lost. Tsai accused China of interfering in order to oust her from the power because of the outspoken opposition of the Taiwanese unification with China. You see, she was part of the same party that had originally set up. No, sir. Nope. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Yeah, I got you a little Bush Senior there. As long as it isn't Senior Bush. Xi promised Taiwan that under the Chinese rule, it could have the same one country, two systems model that Hong Kong has. Hong Kong was a former British territory, but was given back to China in 1997 under the condition that it would keep a higher degree of autonomy and not be subjected to China's socialist economic policies. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that they are affected by those socialist policies because, well, they're in China. Quote, different systems are not an obstacle to unification, and even less are they an excuse for separatism, Xi said in his statement. The private property, religious beliefs, and legitimate rights of the interest of our Taiwanese compatriots will be fully assured. No. No, it won't. No, it won't. I refuse to believe it because I really can't believe it. I know it's weird, but the fact that China has literally the largest population in the world, there you go, the largest population in the world, and they restrict their people so heartily. They have such a firm grasp on the people, and they do things like build random, stupid, unnecessary ghost towns that nobody lives in the middle of nowhere just to keep their commerce afloat. And then they do things like they fudge the numbers on their economy. If you didn't hear Matt Locke, not Matt Locke, Matt Locke earlier Great court drama, by the way. If you didn't hear him earlier talk about how China is taking their stuff and their economy and making it look like their economy is at least sustaining. It looks like this on the water, but underneath it is a torrent of terrible, no good, very bad things. It's like Indonesia. You know, you have a massive volcano and then a tsunami. It's bad. And all they're doing is they're putting a crust of, you know, a nice crust over top and saying, "No, we're not that bad." Yes, you are. It's the same thing they do with their global policies on green energy. You know, they tell everybody they fudge the numbers to the point to where it makes them look like they're doing better than the United States. But at the same point in time, they're also building more and more and more coal refinery plants and digging into the ground and bringing up more coal left and right than they know what to do with to burn on a daily basis for their energy consumption. Exactly, Erica. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He is the great and powerful Oz. The great and powerful. Don't look behind the curtain, because if you look behind the curtain, you will see that the man is nothing more than a clown. And by clown, I mean me, because I'm a goof, and that's just how it is. But I digress. Apparently, so there's also another thing, speaking of man behind curtains or men behind curtains. Title of the story, Porn Company Suspends Director After Sexual Assault Allegations Surface. I'm going to let that sit for just a second. I mean, you know... Yeah, okay. A company known for producing high-end lesbian porn suspended one of its award-winning directors after he was accused of sexual assault by an adult film star, Lily Adams. Like, that's your real name. Gamma Films Group, which is best known for its award-winning website, girlsway.com. I'm sure Brad knows this. Released a statement on Monday, announcing that the suspension of one of its contract directors, who goes by the name of Stills by Allen. The company also announced that it would be opening an internal investigation. I can't. Oh, that's gold. All right, so Adams, 22, made the accusation against Allen in a gut-wrenching Twitter post on December 30th. Quote, "My hands are literally shaking as I type this because I'm so nervous of the backlash." Yeah, you need about 3 of those in that one. About 2 years ago, quote, the @Stills by Allen asked me to come over for coffee and, quote, go see, since I had never shot for Girls Way before. I was new to the industry, and he invited me to his house, but I was too naive. Then I realized that that is a major red flag. No duh! No duh. Oh, I was lost. And I was so naive, and like, I just didn't know. I was so like, oh my God. And he was like, why don't you come over, baby? And I said, no, well, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'll just come over. Sure. Anyway, quote, anyway, we had coffee, and then he took me up to his princess room and told me to get undressed. And again, I thought this was the typical go see production. Adams then described how he and Allen had sex. Why do you describe that? Quote, I mean, I never said yes, but I didn't say no either. The situation, however, soon went from bad to worse, according to Adams, when Allen forced her to have rear hole sex without either asking or receiving permission. Oh, goodness gracious. Quote, he said something along the lines of, "I'm old enough to be your father. You do what I say," she said in her tweet. Quote, I lay there crying in my pillow, and he continued, and not even caring about my pain. All right, so look. Oh, I can keep on going with this. I really could. This is daily, all the time sort of stuff. Okay. Afterwards, Adams collected herself, left Allen's home, and then broke down emotionally in her car. She said she tried to forget the incident ever happened. And in a statement on Twitter, she also posted a screen grab of an anonymous encrypted email that tagged and corroborated her memories of Allen's alleged rape. According to Adams, she then contacted Bree. Check out your lightsaber. Oh, gosh. Your Schwartz is as big as mine. I'm just saying, anything goes here. The award-winning head of production of Gamma Films about the email, and but Mills just kind of brushed it off. Quote, I'm crying right now and too emotional to type much more. I just think it's time somebody spoke out because I've heard too many other girls have this issue with him, and they've told me personally, but of course none of them speak up because they fear getting backlashed. But F it. Getting backlashed. F an industry that protects rapists and nominate. You're in the porn film industry. You get paid to have sex on film. If you do not think when you go into that industry that there are going to be sleazeballs and other bad people, and you think it's just going to be rainbows and sunshine and, oh, let me fill up this other chick because it's a lesbian porn site, then you obviously don't understand people, let alone sin, let alone pornography, let alone sexual attraction, let alone words. If you are that dumb, I'm sorry. You went into the porn industry. What did you expect was going to happen? You are literally getting, it is basically a legitimate form of prostitution. You're just doing it on film. This just didn't happen on film. That's the only difference here. You didn't get paid, and it didn't happen on film. You get taken advantage of all the time in this in that industry. There are stories, many stories where the directors take things too far, where things on set go too well beyond what they're supposed to go, and the directors allow it, and they want more of it because guess what? The people that buy those things want more of it. Backlash in the porn industry? Is that like a contractual obligation? Yes, it is. It is a contractual obligation. Some people say anal, some people say backlash. I mean, I get it. Oh! And yes, that's the last noise that he made. You get paid to get exploited. Showing your body off and presenting it to the world. Next time, think about that when you're going into the scene. Anyway, folks, this is Defenders Live. Go to DOAShow.com. DOAShow.com. And don't forget, go to Mojo 50 Radio. Live free. Good night, everybody.